About 3 years ago, I sat out in the woods with floppy hair and reviewed the Canon 70D. Now we've got its successor, the Canon 80D. And you want to know, what's changed? Do I recommend upgrading from that 70D? And how does this camera hold up in a crowded field of DSLRs and mirrorless cameras like the a6300, D7200, D500, GH4, and more? So a quick reminder of my opinion on the Canon 70D. I loved that dual pixel AF. It tracked so well, focused so quickly, even without STM lenses. That coupled with this very nice articulating touchscreen made the camera super easy to use for video. And that articulating touchscreen is also useful for photos. Now, image and video quality was good, maybe not quite as good as the D7100, but certainly very close. Now let's start with what's changed with the Canon 80D. We've got a 24 megapixel sensor in here versus just 20 megapixels in the 70D. We now have 45 cross-type points versus 19 in the 70D, and 27 of those AF points work at f8. Now this is important and helpful for photographers working with longer telephoto lenses and teleconverters for that extra reach. It makes it even better than the 7D Mark II when using those longer lenses and teleconverters combined. We also have improved low light focusing capabilities, a 100% viewfinder coverage versus 98% in the 70D, a deeper buffer. The 70D buffer already was fairly decent. And we've got flicker detection like the 7D Mark II and the D500 offers. This gives you more consistent exposures in those poorly lit areas of gyms, anything lit by those flickering fluorescent lights. And we have 1080 at 60 frames per second. The 70D only offered 60 frames when you shot at 720, and you also now has the MP4 format. Additionally, in video mode, you have the ability to control the speed of autofocus. You also have an intervalometer built in, yes, personal favorite of mine, and a time-lapse movie mode, very similar to intervalometer, but it's making videos for you. A headphone jack, and that is positioned intelligently so it doesn't block the rotating screen. These small features make such a nice difference. Good job there, Canon. NFC and Wi-Fi, while the 70D only had Wi-Fi. And the 80D Wi-Fi now allows control during video, something that was not possible with the 70D. You also have the option of adding 2 custom modes on the dial. So what does this all translate to in real-world use? Well, this is a very good camera that is incredibly friendly with a very approachable menu system. In my opinion, no other camera provides this level of performance while remaining so easy to use. And I'm talking about really using the camera, digging deep, getting off auto, because really any camera is easy to use on auto. But what are you sacrificing? Well, the 80D's level of performance I just mentioned, although good, is still noticeably behind the competitors. It does not offer the low light performance you see from the current Nikons, or even last year's D7200, or the Sony a6300. Not just low light performance, but image quality in general from those two cameras is better. And it's lacking many of the pro-level video features that you find in cameras like the a6300 and the Panasonic GH4, like focus peaking, S-Log format, and 4K video. Now 4K is a trigger word for some of you. You're either angry that it isn't included in a camera that is clearly proud of its video features, or you're angry that people are angry that it wasn't included. Just recognize that not everyone uses cameras these days for just photos. So I set you up a great camera that's really easy to use, but it's not quite as good as the competition. Just keep in mind that the difference isn't huge, and for most of us, the camera really isn't going to hold us back. And another advantage of the 80D is that Canon ecosystem. Your lens selection is huge with loads of affordable options. This isn't something Sony has matched yet, and even Nikon doesn't have quite the same affordable selection. Though at the pro level, I'll call them tied. I do want to give a special shout out to the 55-250 STM. This is really such a nice lens and a great value. I'd recommend you pick up the 18-55 and the 55-250 STM unless you want power zooming that new 18-135 lens provides when paired with the PZE1 adapter. And pretty helpfully, you can even zoom via the Canon app. So I see the 80D really appealing to serious wildlife photographers on a budget. It's great AF performance with longer lenses and teleconverters, or amateur videographers just looking for good quality in an easy-to-use package, especially YouTubers. This camera, combined with the app, makes recording talking head videos like this incredibly easy. Or photographers looking for a safe choice that allows plenty of room to grow as a photographer and cover a variety of photographic needs. Those who want the absolute best performance in low light and image/video quality, you should consider something like the a6300 or the Nikon D7200 or the D500, though that is significantly more expensive. And those that want more serious video options should probably select the a6300 or the GH4. 70D users, should you upgrade? Well, while there are certainly improvements and noticeable ones in low light, the differences are not massive. And again, I very rarely recommend that upgrade from the previous model. Your money's better spent on a nice prime lens or saving for a future model. Now, there are some exceptions to this. If you want to start using teleconverters or want better video features, those improvements are more than noticeable. They're significant, and you may want to think about upgrading. But for general photography and general video work, the 70D still does a great job. And I mentioned amateur wildlife photographers, YouTubers, etc. I've got a list of recommended gear linked below for those different categories. You can follow that for more suggestions. And if you'd like to have a detailed conversation about the gear that's going to work best for you, you can check out photorec.tv/support to get just that. If you appreciated this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more photos captured with the 80D, you can follow me on Instagram and check the link below for more information. If you do plan on purchasing any of the gear mentioned in this video, please use the links below. Your purchases support the work we do on this channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.